Boom, yes people, back with another one, man. And you see the title of the video today, this is why you should treat yourself like an athlete. Now, most of us wanted to be athletes growing up, whether it's footballer, basketballer, rugby player, anything. But what it actually takes to be an athlete and the benefits the athlete gets are two different things, right? Now, they get plenty of benefits because they put in the work, whether it's brand deals, streams amount of money, like status, whatever, yeah. But being an athlete is tough. Some of my friends are like professional athletes or semi-professional athletes, and it's not for the faint-hearted. But I feel like as a man, you should have the lifestyle of an athlete. Not necessarily be an athlete where you're training 3 times a day and stuff, but you should adopt some of that lifestyle that should be in your regime anyway. You get so. Yeah, today I'm just gonna be talking about why should have the lifestyle of an athlete. Have the lifestyle of an athlete, basically. So let's get into it. First and most important reason is the discipline aspect, bro. The discipline of being an athlete is basically unmatched. You have to go through so much trials and tribulations and so much. Actually, you have to put up with a lot of bullshit, bro. You have to put up with a lot of bullshit, but you have your goal that you're trying to attain, whether it's you're trying to win this or win that, and them skills, basically the discipline you get, you can transfer that into your life. So I feel like most people have selective discipline where they discipline in some areas of their life but not every area. I'm guilty of this as well, but athletes generally have to be disciplined in all areas of their life to excel and to be the best. So for example, you can have a guy that's disciplined in saving money, but he's not disciplined in getting up and working out, right? Athletes have to get up, work out, save their money, eat right. They have to check all the boxes, because if they don't, they know that someone else under them is coming that is willing to do all of that. And that's what they have to do to stay at the top, basically. So they take that discipline aspect and they use it across the board throughout their whole life, in all areas of their life. And I feel like that's the main thing you should take from trying to live like an athlete, is the discipline aspect. The discipline aspect that they incorporate in their life is basically unmatched, bro. If you can get that aspect and put it in your normal life, yeah, you can't lose. Basically, you can't lose. So the second point I have is, do you influence other people, bro? I remember when I started going to the gym, it wasn't even a thing where man wanted to get. No, I'll tell a lie. It was. That's not so cool. I started working out at home, right? Like I got home weights, etc., etc. I actually started using, you see them, the water bottles, five. Like I started like lifting those, but when I first started working out, yeah. And at first, it was like people like, especially in my house. I'll be honest, like my brother's looking like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Etc. etc. I just carried on doing what I'm doing, and a few years go by, I'm getting more compliments, etc. etc. Now my brother's asking me how do I train. You get it? It's just like athletes tend to go away from the crowd. They how can I say it? They have to walk their own path, bro. And if you're a man that's trying to be successful, for sure, there's certain times in your point in your life where you have to walk your own path, where it's gonna be a bit weird to people. You're gonna look a bit weird, even starting this, bro. Like you're gonna look a bit weird to people. It's gonna be a bit, but you just have to do what you have to do, because you know you have your goals, and you have to do what you have to do because you know where you're trying to be in it. You know where you're trying to get to. So, and then you can end up actually inspiring people to do their own thing. Like, people look at you and they're like, okay, this I respect him. He started off doing his own thing, and now like 5 years down the line, he's still doing it, and you can see the results. Like it's the same thing with boxing. Yeah, I have these lights in my living room. I used to tie. I got like an extension cable, and I used to tie the Lucozade bottle in it. I used to fill it halfway, and then on the lights, the fucking dumb, bro. If my dad caught me, I would have been pissed. But I used to do that and like throw it, and the bottle would swing, and I just used to like move my head. Like this when I was learning how to box. My brother called me one time. He was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" 2 years later, he was asking me how do I move my head in sparring. You just have to do your own shit, basically, even though it looks weird or it doesn't look normal to average person. I feel like athletes are good at just locking in, like locking out the noise and just doing what they need to do. And if you can implement that in your own life, as I said, that's another way you can't lose, bro, because you don't care what no one thinks. That's another point. The third point is, it's quite vain, but looks, bro. Like athletes tend to be good looking. Why? I already spoke about this. What is good looking? Good looking is basically health blinkers, health. I can't think of another word for blinkers. Health is basically being healthy, like being in shape, having a lean face, forehead of hair, being tall. All these are signs of a good, healthy person, bro. Dense hair. All these are signs of being a good, healthy person. And that's not. It's not mad why athletes are tend to like model and because they tend to be like good looking because they have to be healthy for their sport or whatever they're doing, innit? So that's another reason. I know some guys are trying to look better and stuff. If you treat yourself like an athlete, like the diet, working out, like being disciplined, you will look better, bro. And you looking better will give you more confidence. And it's just a rolling effect, bro. It's just a rolling effect. Like me starting in the gym was the rolling effect to everything I've done that's good in my life so far. Honestly, it all started with the gym, bro. It all started with the gym. That taught me how to like be disciplined, how to push through, how to keep going. It just completely shifted my mindset, bro. And it's not something that you can really explain. You literally just have to. I can't explain it to you. You have to go through it, and you understand what I'm saying. And you understand, like you starting on that one thing will be of. It will have a effect on your whole life, bro. It sounds deep, but that's literally how it is. If you can find that one thing where you like not you complete, because you can't really complete the gym, but I've got to where I want to get in the gym, basically. I feel like if I've done that in the gym, if I've done that in boxing, what I can do it. You can transfer that skill and the skill of learning how to push through and put it into like business or like creating a YouTube channel or growing a brand or whatever it is. You get it? So yeah, bro, that's why I'm talking about athletes, treating yourself like an athlete because athletes generally know how to push through because to get where they are, they've gone through trials and tribulations, you get it? So yeah, bro. I also want to talk about athletes' purposes. Athletes tend to have goals, ambitions. They feel like they're on this earth for a purpose. Now, that's very attractive to people in general, not just women, not just like people in general. You can tell someone that he knows where he's going, like he has ambition, he has drive. That rubs off on people, and people want to be around you more. Just when like not saying you're being cocky but you're driven, you're confident, you know what you want to do, and athletes tend to have that. Like they tend to have goals set out. That's main. Like if you don't have anything, bro, have some goals that you want to do, whether it's monthly goals, weekly goals, yearly goals. Have things that you're checking off in it. Don't just walk your way through life. If that's my opinion, anyway. But athletes are good at setting out goals and getting the goals, like getting results. This is why another reason why you should live like an athlete, because if you can set out goals and get the results in your life, happy days, bro. You say you want to save this amount of money by the end of the year, you have that in your bank account, happy days. You say you want to get to this percent body fat by the end of the year, you do and you don't get athletes. If you hear athletes talk, you tend to hear them say, it's on to the next, it's on to the next. You don't get too high, you don't get too low. You just keep that medium, like you keep, especially the great ones, like they keep that medium. They don't get too up and down. You just gotta keep going, keep going. You make sure you hit your goals, but if you don't, it doesn't shake your confidence. Like you still have that aura about you. If you do, you don't get too high and think you're the best ever. Like you just keep that drive, that medium, that's the best way to go forward, isn't it? So yeah, bro, treat yourself like an athlete. The world will respond differently to you. I'll be honest, bro. It's just, in today's day and age where most people are just like they don't know what they want to do or they're just half-assing it. You treating yourself like an athlete, you will stand out more, basically, stand out more. So obviously there's women, yeah, bro, if you treat yourself like an athlete, what women don't love athletes, bro? As I said, because they look good, they dress good, they care about their appearance. Same way, if you do that, you're gonna attract more women. I know there's some guys like Mingo, so, bro, like, you can't do, I feel like there's nothing wrong you can do with trying to live like an athlete. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go and be a professional footballer. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying take the aspects of their life and implement it in yours, and your life will transform, in my opinion. You get it? Because, yeah, being a professional athlete is bro, yeah, it's very intense. It's very intense. But, that's the video. Like, treat yourself like an athlete, and the world will treat you better. Honestly, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that jazz, and I'll catch you on the next one in a bit.